And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarah Bloomquist along with Brian Taff. You've been watching ABC News special coverage of the arraignment of former President Donald Trump. A moment, Brian, we've never seen before in American history.
An extraordinary moment. It was a short time ago he became the first U.S. president to stand before a judge and face criminal charges.
Trump was indicted on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records stemming from an alleged 2016 hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. The former president pleading not guilty to all charges.
Reporter Kristen Thorne from our sister station WABC has more now on today's unprecedented proceedings. She is live outside that courthouse in Manhattan today.
Good evening, guys. First, I do want to start with what happened inside the courtroom. Donald Trump himself said the words "not guilty." Typically, in criminal proceedings, it's the lawyer who says that on behalf of his or her client, but not in this case. In this case, Donald Trump said those words himself, "not guilty." Just a short time ago, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg spoke with reporters about these charges, and he said that Trump is being charged with falsifying business records related to activities during the 2016 presidential campaign, which he described as a catch-and-kill scheme in which Trump and people who worked for him would identify, purchase, and bury negative information about him. And then they would go about falsifying that information in business records. All of that is contained in the indictment against Donald Trump. Donald Trump waved to the cameras as he surrendered to the Manhattan District Attorney this afternoon. Inside the courtroom, the judge read the slew of charges against him. Flanked by his legal team, Trump pled not guilty to all of them. After his arraignment, Trump quickly left the courthouse to head to LaGuardia Airport to fly back to Florida to make it in time for his public comments at Mar-a-Lago tonight. Earlier in the day, one of Trump's three lawyers, Joe Tacopina, spoke with GMA. He said Trump's defense team expects to file multiple legal challenges to the charges.
We're going to be making a lot of motions, obviously. Selective prosecution, motions to dismiss will be coming. There'll be a lot more, but we'll decide that.
Outside the courthouse all day, people both in support of the indictment and against it rallied, including U.S. Representative Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia.
It's a witch hunt that they are pushing on him. Whatever, they're bringing up charges from something that happened 15 years ago.
A crime is a crime. He's not above the law. And let's be clear, we've known for a long time that this man does harm.
Trump is due back in court December 4th. Prosecutors are asking for a trial to begin in January. Trump's defense team told the judge that that timeline is too aggressive and they would rather have a spring 2024 start time for a trial. The judge would only tell both sides that he wants to get this thing moving, but he did not specify a date for a trial. We're live in Lower Manhattan. I'm Kristen Thorne. Back to you.
Kristen, thank you for that live report right from that courthouse where the former president, was arraigned this afternoon. Thank you. Moments ago, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg spoke about former President Donald Trump's arraignment on that long list of felony charges. Here's what he had to say.
34 false statements made to cover up other crimes. The evidence will show that he did so to cover up crimes relating to the 2016 election. Donald Trump, executives at the publishing company American Media Incorporated, Mr. Cohen, and others agreed in 2015 to a catch-and-kill scheme. That is, a scheme to buy and suppress negative information to help Mr. Trump's chance of winning the election.
District Attorney Bragg says one of the alleged payments was $130,000 to reimburse the attorney for adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump denies any wrongdoing and has repeatedly called this investigation political persecution.